Welcome back to the Screened In Porch for another reading vlog. I feel like I film out here so much, but I'm filming reading vlog because I have the next few days off from work, and while I do have other things I'll be doing during the week, I thought it was a great opportunity to film. And honestly, I wish that I had started this earlier because I'm currently reading the To All the Boys I've Loved Before series. I've never read this before, and I own all three books and I've had them for like a while. And I've been really into romance books lately, and so I thought, let's just read these and get it done. And I flew through the first one. Like, I really wish I had started the reading vlog with that first one, but I thought, maybe the reading vlog, maybe doing a reading vlog of a series is not the most interesting. I did that with The Maze Runner, and I don't know, by the end of it, I was just like, okay, I'm ready to be done. So I didn't want that to happen with this series, but I'm really having so much fun with this trilogy. Yes, it's very young adult, and sometimes I'm like, okay, this is a little bit painful, a little bit cringy maybe, but it really is such a fun and like quick read. So I'm just having a good time with it. Unashamedly, I am loving this trilogy. So I really wish that I had filmed the whole thing because I read the first book in, I guess, 3 days. And then it took me like 2 days to get this far into this one. Actually, no. Okay, so I read the first book in 3 days. And then that third day when I finished it, I started this one and I read 50 pages. And then I read like 180 pages, maybe 150 pages. The next day in this one. So 4 days in, and I'm 2/3 the way into the second book, which is crazy for me. I don't normally read that fast, especially multiple books. Like, I might read one book in a couple days, and then the next book will take me like 2 weeks. So to have gotten through them super quickly was just crazy to me. And then yesterday I didn't get any reading in because I had so much work to do, and then when I came home, like, all the family was here, like all the nieces and nephews and everything, so didn't get any reading done, but that's okay. So we're on like day 6 of reading the trilogy, I think. I don't know. Not that it really matters all that much, because to you, this is day 1 of the reading vlog. But yeah, so for day 1, definitely want to finish this. I was thinking I would do some writing today, but that was when I thought that I would have this finished yesterday. So I might not do any writing. I might just read today. I do have to pop into work for like 5 minutes at some point, and at that point I'll have to change out of pajamas. Actually, funny story, these are not the pajamas that I slept in. I changed into these because they're so comfy and I feel like I shirt goes really well with these pants, and I know, this is comfy. So I keep changing on my days off. This is like my day off uniform, which I just think is funny, but I'll change into like pants to go work. So I'm not sure pajamas, but anyway, that's all besides the point. Beside the point? It's all beside the point. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm just gonna stop talking and get into this. And you know how my reading vlogs go. I probably won't do like a whole lot of filming of the actual reading part because I just feel like that's boring and awkward. I don't know, I always feel awkward, especially because I have food. I hate like eating on camera. It's just weird because I always watch my videos in 2x speed, and to see somebody chewing in 2x speed is just awkward. So I know that I watch them like that. I'm like, if other people are watching my videos sped up, I hate the way it looks to be eating sped up. It's weird. But I have what I have started referring to as Aardsma cereal because my family are the only people that I've ever met personally who do this. I'm sure other people do. It's not like this is, the most groundbreaking original idea, but I just have not met anybody else who eats their berries like this. So it's whatever fruits and berries you have on hand and want to put in this, and then heavy whipping cream and maple syrup. And so I have strawberries, blueberries, and bananas because that's what we have in our fridge right now, and they all really need to be eaten up. Like, the strawberries are starting to go, so I'm trying to just eat those up. But also, I love this. This is my cereal. This is the only way I like to eat cereal. I'm not a big cereal person. I think it's yummy, but it just doesn't fill me up, so I don't really like cereal. And this probably has so much less sugar than the cereal you can buy at the grocery store, even though like there's still so much sugar in it. It's all just berries, which are sugar, and then maple syrup and the cream and whatever, like it's all sugar. But I'll take this fresh fruit and everything over a box cereal any day. So I have that. I do also have a coffee, which I put too much sugar in also. I'm just gonna be on like sugar overload today. This is the only sugar I get. No ice cream tonight, no whatever, like this is it for the day. I'm having so much sugar right now on accident. I really didn't mean to put that much sugar in it. I just kind of like put a scoop in my coffee, and then a second later my brain caught up and I was like, wait a minute, that was so much. So yeah, it's a pretty terrible idea. But anyway, okay, enough rambling, enough talking. I'm going to get into reading this, and just for record's sake, I'm at page 220. I am in the middle of a chapter because I was reading yesterday, and then the nibblings came over and my niece wanted me to read to her, and I was like, okay, I'll pause and read to you because she's so cute and snuggly, and I was like, yeah, I'll just read to you. But I think I should be able to finish this fairly quickly. This one's actually shorter than the first book, which I kind of love because I was like, I want to read this really quickly, but if they each get longer, I don't know, trilogies tend to do that. And I also just got off of reading Daughter Smoking Bone, where like the first book is, I don't know, 360 pages maybe, and then the third book is over 600 pages, so it's just like a big jump. But okay, now that it has been 6 minutes of rambling, hopefully I can cut all of that down to like 5 minutes, no more. I'm also starting super late, so it's 11:15. I'm gonna start reading and we'll see how quickly I can get through this. I don't know that I'll be stopping very often to chat. I might just like finish the book and then chat with y'all, or maybe do like hourly check-ins. I don't know, because this is not like a readathon or a reading sprint really. It's just a cozy reading vlog. I just want to get these books read, and I don't know what I'm reading next. I'm not so much in the mood to read these right now today, which is why I need to force myself to read them and finish them, because I am really enjoying them. I wanna read them. Oh, I was also gonna talk about the movies. I might do that in this reading vlog. We'll see, because I did watch the first movie after reading the first book, because I was like, I gotta do it. I had read 50 pages of this one and then watched the movie, so it was a little bit confusing because I kept waiting for certain things at the end, and I was like, oh wait, those happen in the second book, not the first book. And also the movie's different, but I was gonna talk about how the movie's different, and I think right now I'll just say that I think the movie was really good. I had a really fun time. I'd seen it before and really liked it. Noah Centineo, fantastic job. I love his portrayal of Peter. He's definitely different from in the books, but he's so much more like charming and likable. I love how he portrays Peter. Absolutely fell in love with that performance. And I don't know who plays Laura Jean, but I think she did a really, really, really good job too. Like the casting for that movie is just spot on. Everybody is spot on. Kitty, Chrissy, everybody. Love the casting. So that was like the high point for me of the movie, was just that the casting was so, so good. But I do feel like since they're taking a book to a movie, there was so much in the book that just got dropped from the movie, or had like little hints and references, like the locket that Laura Jean wears. She doesn't have in the book, but it's an important part of the book. It's especially an important part of the second book. Like sort of, it's not, like huge plot point, but like it is in the second book. And I like that they referenced it in the movie. I thought that was really cool because they can't fit everything into it. And even with all the things that they left out, the movie still felt like really rushed to me. Like a lot of scenes just kind of gone through super, super quickly, or I don't know, it just felt super, super rushed. Which, I mean, again, they're going from a 350 page book to a 1.5 hour movie, so you can't fit everything in. But I feel like it could have been restructured even more. I knew that would have made more fans mad, but for a movie, I think it would have worked better if they had restructured more and like left more out. Yeah, it kind of hurts to say because I like a clear adaptation, but for a romance story, I like a good romance movie to a good rom-com, and it is a good rom-com, but there just was too much. Like it just needed to be structured differently, and they needed to have different high points. I don't know, something about it just felt like they're trying to fit everything in, and they can't fit everything in, and so now it's just some of the scenes don't hit the same. Like they're a big part of the book, and so they're like, okay, we have to put those in the movie, but then they're such a minor part of the movie that you start to feel like, why is this scene in here? Like, why does this matter? So I don't know. That was super confusing. I don't have anything like I don't have any specific scenes in my mind right now, but I watched Dylan Is in Trouble's commentary on that movie, which I've seen his commentary before too, but I finished watching the movie and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch his commentary again and see what he had said. And one thing he commented on was the ski trip, and he's like, why is the ski trip such a big deal, and why, like, they're there for such a short time and it wasn't even such a big deal. Like I feel like that whole scene should have been different. I'm like, yeah, it is different in the book, and the climactic scene is so much more climactic, I guess. Like there's just a lot more going on in the climactic scene in the book than there was in the movie, because they just didn't put everything in, and so they tried to put it in but it didn't really work, and they didn't have time to like stretch it out the way it stretched out in the book. And so I agree with him. I'm like, that whole scene, that whole like trip felt so pointless in the book, or in the movie. And that's what I'm saying, is they tried to take everything from the book and put it into the movie, but they didn't do it the right way. And so I'm like, well, you might as well just cut the scene, like just cut that whole part and rearrange it or something. Okay, I had to remember where I was in the book, but like what's going on in the scene. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and read this and eat my cereal, and I will get back to y'all when I'm done with the book. Okay, we've moved locations just so I can film this, because now things are going on outside and I can't like film and have other things going on. So I know I said I wasn't going to check in until I finished the book, or at least that was my plan, but I have to talk about this. I have to. That's what I do these videos for, so I can like rant a little bit. So if you don't want spoilers, skip ahead to, I don't know, a few minutes from now or something, because these are going to be like major spoilers, kind of. Actually, like seriously major spoilers. So yeah, if you don't want spoilers for the whole trilogy, skip ahead. But if you don't care, here we go. I'm gonna talk about it. So Peter is such a jerk. Oh my gosh. I loved Peter in the first book. I especially loved, like I said, I love Noah Centineo's portrayal of him in the movie, and like have been totally rooting for Laura Jean and Peter this whole entire time. I'm like, okay, yes, we like John Ambrose, whatever, but like, come on, let me root for Peter. But they finally broke up, and he asked for the locket back. Like, What a jerk. You can't give her this gift that she has been like wanting for years and years. She has seen this locket and has been like obsessed with it. And that's why he bought it for her, because he noticed, which was so sweet. And now he's like, I want it back. Give it back. And okay, hear me out. It's possible he's going to hang on to it and it's going to be a keepsake and somehow he'll give it back to her like in the third book or something. I don't know. That's possible. That's possible. But it still is kind of a jerk thing to do. Like, just let her have it. Just let her have it. It makes me so mad. And it's not even like it was something of his that he gave her and now he wants back. Like, you know, wanting a hoodie back or something because it's like yours. He bought this for her. You cannot take back a gift. I don't care. I don't care how expensive it was. I don't care. You can't take it back. So, that makes me so mad. And like I said, there's a possibility that he's just going to hang on to it or that he's going to give it to her some other way or whatever. It's possible. But I also know that it's possible that he's going to give it to Genevieve. And if he does, I'm going to lose my mind. And he will be irredeemable. There will be no coming back from that. If he gives this necklace to Genevieve, he and Laura Jean are over forever. I don't want them back together. Because right now, I'm like, please just let them be together. Like, why? I'm so mad about it. And I don't want to watch the second movie because I like Noah Centineo so much. I like his portrayal of Peter so much that I don't want to see him be a jerk in the movie. Like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that arc for him. I just want him to be cute, charming, funny Peter. I don't want to see him be like obsessed with Genevieve, which honestly in the movie, that's another thing that I feel like we didn't see quite as much. He was not quite so wrapped around her finger. There were like 2 scenes with Peter and Genevieve after they broke up. And there's just so much more in the book of like him constantly texting her, him going to her instead of Laura Jean, him like always being there for her, that gets shown so much more in the book than it did in the movie. So it's also a lot easier to like him in the movie because you only see like 2 scenes. And one of them you just hear about and then like later he explains it. So I don't know. Yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh, my bookmark just fell out. Oh my gosh. Anyway, that's fine, whatever. But I just had to hop on and say that I can't believe that Peter's being such a jerk. And I'm scared now. I'm scared. I'm so scared that we're gonna see Genevieve wearing a locket like the next day or something. I don't know. Again, my hope is that he's saving it for Laura Jean or something. But like, then why take it? What's the point of taking it? And I guess he could also like sell it back to his mom and it could just be in the store again. But like, that's so stupid. Like, don't take it back. Ugh. So anyway, it's making me mad. I don't know where I am anymore because my bookmark fell out. Yes, okay, I'm on chapter 43. There we go. I had to find where it was. So I guess I just finished. Yes. Oh no, I'm on chapter 44. I just read chapter 43. Oh my gosh, it got so dark. Come on, look at my face. Brighten. There we go. I just finished chapter 43. I'm on chapter 44. And yeah, I need to just finish it. I really do. I have like 60 pages left. So I really do just need to finish it. And I need to not come back on here until I have finished it. But that just made me so mad. I had to share with y'all. That's the rant. I'm probably not going to stay out here and film. It's a little bit hot out here. Hence why the blinds are closed. We're keeping the sun out. It is too hot. But I had to film somewhere quiet. So I don't know where I'll be when I check back in, but now I am for real gonna try to finish the book before I come back on here and rant, because otherwise this video is gonna be like an hour long and I'm not even gonna finish the book. So I just need to get off and I need to just read it. Ooh, that was a nice crack. Anyway, I need to just read the book. So that's what we're gonna do. I don't really want to know how it ends. And the last one, okay, here's the other thing, is the last one ended on like such a cliffhanger kind of. Like it really did just flow into the second book, and the second book picked up pretty much exactly where the first one had left off. So I feel like something similar is going to happen here, where, here's my prediction. Here's my prediction. She's going to sort of get with John Ambrose, but not like officially. So you're going to have to read the third book to see how that plays out. That's kind of my prediction. She's going to get closer with John Ambrose, and then maybe he'll like kiss her, or maybe he'll ask her to be his girlfriend or something. But like, I don't think they're going to be too official until the third book. So yeah. So I'm going to have to jump right into the third book. This series is so good for that, because there are some trilogies where it's like, especially romance trilogies, I feel like, or not trilogies, but like romance series, where everything gets wrapped up in the first book, or like in between books, like everything gets wrapped up at the end of the book, and then the next book starts months later or something. And this one really is just like flows right into it. So Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, because I feel like Daughter of Smoke and Bone also does that, where it just kind of like flows into the next one. But I also feel like the Daughter of Smoke and Bone, each book kind of wraps up, but also leaves so many questions. But like it also wraps up what's happening. Whereas this one sort of did. The first book sort of wrapped it all up, but like not really. Like you really could not have had the first book without this one at least. Anyway, okay, I'm rambling so much. Here's to reading. I'm getting back to it, I promise. Okay, so that's it for this one. I don't really know how I feel about some of the things that happen in this book. I feel like the first one was really, really well done, and this one, some of the fights just didn't feel real enough, or like, they didn't feel important enough, or what they were fighting over at least didn't seem important enough. Like Lara Jean is so upset that Peter is always choosing Genevieve over her, but I feel like we needed some situations where Lara Jean needed Peter, and Peter was like, oh, sorry, I can't, I'm with Genevieve or something. Or like she found out later he was with Genevieve. The one time that she got like so mad at him was because he missed his own thing, not like Lara Jean's thing, and he didn't even know Lara Jean was gonna be there. So, I don't know, I just feel like we needed a couple times, like at least twice, maybe even 3 times, where Lara Jean had plans with Peter and then Peter canceled for something else. And like maybe I'm forgetting that that happened, but I really feel like it didn't. I feel like it might have happened in the first one. I don't really feel like it happened in this one. And so then they break up and I'm like, okay, I get that your feelings are hurt and that you're a teenager in high school, like sure. But also the reason you're saying you're hurt, it makes sense, but you keep also saying that like you always come second. And I'm like, well, you haven't come second necessarily. He's chosen Genevieve over other things, but not necessarily over you. So, to be fair, she's 16, she's in high school, this is her first boyfriend, whatever. Like, I get it. But, I don't know. I just feel like it would have been stronger if there had been occasions where Peter had chosen Genevieve over Lara Jean. Even if, like, the reason turned out to be really good, that still would have helped her case and, like, made the breakup seem stronger. And then, I thought, this feels like a really good wrap-up. Like, I wonder now if it was meant to be a trilogy or if it was only meant to be a duology. And I'm not going to go get the book right now. I'll let you know when I get back on here. I got to go to work. So I'm going to do that later. But this one came out in 2015. And I kind of want to see if there's like a couple years between this one and the third one. Or if it came out like right after. Like maybe it was supposed to be a trilogy, but maybe it was just supposed to be a duology. Because I feel like this ended, well, that's not true. I guess it didn't really end well, because now John Ambrose, we need to see what happens with him. Because again, spoilers, total spoilers. She's back with Peter now. Oh, okay, the necklace. Hold on. The necklace was so stupid. It was so stupid. He like asked for it back, and then for her birthday, like it feels like just a couple weeks later, but who knows how much longer it is. It's a little bit hard to say. But like literally a few chapters later, he's like, okay, here, happy birthday, have the necklace back. And I'm like, no, you should have saved it and given it to her when you were back together. Like, that would have been perfect. This final ending scene where they're back together, he should have, like, clasped it around her neck and been like, I have this, I saved it. And I think it would have been even better if she had given it back to him instead of him asking for it back, or if she had lost it. Like, maybe the clasp broke and it fell off or whatever, and he found it. And so, at some point in the book, she notices that it's missing, and she's worried about it. but like doesn't know what happened to it, finally gives up, and then they get back together and he's like, here, I found this and I saved it for you. I think that would have been really good too, but it just felt really unnecessary to have him ask for it back and make that such a big deal, only to give it back to her for her birthday before they got back together. Like, why did you ask for it back if you were just gonna give it back to her a couple weeks later? So that was really stupid, in my opinion. I don't know. I did really like this one. I just don't know how I feel about the ending. So I'm really curious to see how the third book goes now. And like, I like Peter, but I don't know. I don't know if I really wanted them to get back together. I wanted them to stay together. And then once they broke up, I was like, okay, well, maybe just move on now. Maybe move on. But anyway, okay. Those are my jumbled thoughts for the second book. Now I am going to change and run to work for like 5 minutes and then come back and start on the third book. So I will see you then. It's been like an hour because I thought I was going to pack instead. I forgot that like I'm leaving soon, I'm moving soon, and I need to get packing. And I was gonna pack, but our empty bins are too much of a struggle to get to and I'm too lazy to get them myself. So I'm gonna ask my dad to later, which means I'm packing later, which is great because I don't want to pack anyway. I've been putting this off for like 2 weeks. Every day that I have a day off, I'm like, oh, I should have packed today, and then I don't, or I didn't. So anyway, we're gonna get into the book instead. Into Always and Forever, Lara Jean. Yes, I have this one in a different edition, different version. It's totally fine. And you know my little prediction, sort of prediction, or how I thought that like maybe the books were not, maybe there was not supposed to be a third book, even though John Ambrose's story is like not really finished. We kind of just like left him hanging. This book is 2 years after the fact, and the very like the beginning of the synopsis is Lara Jean is having the best senior year. She was in 10th grade, wasn't she? No, maybe it was junior year. Okay, never mind, forget all that. I was gonna say, oh, we skipped an entire year, but no, we probably just skipped a little bit. I don't know when this one's gonna start. I'll have to see where they are in senior year, because that makes it feel like she's, like it's not the beginning of senior year, which means that we skipped all of summer, like the end of school, and then all of summer, and then a little bit more, because they were still in school in junior year. I did forget they were junior year. Why was I thinking 10th grade? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to get reading, which means I'm taking off the dust jacket. And it's kind of cute. I like it. I don't really know why purple. It doesn't really match, but it's still kind of cute. Okay. I'm just gonna get into it. I'm kind of hungry. I kind of want to get a snack, but also it's 3:45. And I only ate breakfast because I ate like a really late breakfast, and I usually skip lunch anyway, but then I usually get home from work around 3 and I eat something. And so I'm kind of hungry now, but I don't really know what to eat, and I kind of just want to get reading also. So I'm going to read for now and probably eat something later. Yeah. Without further ado, let me just get into it. Okay, it's page 1, and we already have a new character that we've never heard about before. So that's interesting. And if I had just shut up and read another sentence, she literally says, Pammy is a new friend. You don't say. Okay, I need to just read. Okay, last interruption before I just jump to whatever I have to say later. Apparently it's not the next year yet. They just said something about like it's gonna be summer soon. So this one is picking up straight off from where the last one left off. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Go back. Okay, middle of my thought, but there are flowers pressed in here. I got this one from a thrift store like years and years and years ago, and whoever had it before me pressed flowers in it, and I just found them, and that's so cute. That's so cute. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna leave them in there and just never take them out, and now I have to keep this book or else remember the flowers are in there and put them in a different book. But anyway, I need to just read it. I need to stop thinking about what the dust jacket said and just read. So I'm going to turn off my camera and read and then check in I don't know when. We'll see how much I can get through. I'm going to try to read for maybe an hour and a half today, maybe 2 hours. I don't know. We'll see how into it I get. I might get really, really into it, but this one also is kind of short. It's, not that it matters, but it's 325 pages. So they each get shorter, which is really funny because that's not normally how sequels work, but I don't mind it at all. We'll see how quickly I can read this one, but maybe I can get to like page 100 today. We'll see. Thanks for putting up the rambling. I will see you when I have something better to say. So I didn't film it, but I did finish Always and Forever Lara Jean. And yeah, I guess I'm just gonna like talk about the whole trilogy here instead of doing a review later. This is just gonna be a reading vlog and review. I have no idea how this is gonna look after I edit it because I feel like I didn't film very much of the actual reading. Like this is a very short reading vlog probably. And I got really busy with like packing and things. So this book took me a lot longer to get through. And these two definitely are running together quite a bit in my mind because I pretty much picked up immediately with this one, but I didn't finish it in a short enough time that I remembered like what ended in this one and what started in this one. Although there is a bit of a gap between these. Okay, I guess that's the first thing I'll say. In probably one of the last clips that I filmed, possibly the last clip that I filmed, I was talking about how this one, I thought there was a gap, like a time gap, and then I thought that like they were still just entering senior year or something, like it was the end of junior year, and I was like, oh, there wasn't a time skip, whatever. I was right with my first assumption. There is a time jump. So we end this one. How does this one even end? It's so crazy. I feel like this one was kind of a fever dream. But yeah, they're still in junior year in this one. And then this one is like the end of senior year. So we do skip quite a bit. And I don't really know how I feel about that because I really loved the first book. To All the Boys I Loved Before was so much fun because I just really loved Peter and Lara Jean's relationship. It was really, really fun. And I felt like Peter was super, like, he was super goofy and the two of them together were super goofy. Like, they were just a really good match. But it was a lot of fun, if I can stop saying that. That's what it was though. It was a very fun book because they were not really dating and everything was fake. So they were a lot more relaxed with each other and we just got to see their entire relationship. And then the second book was more Lara Jean and John Ambrose. So we didn't see her and Peter very much in this one. We didn't really see their relationship. It was a lot of just like rocky up and down fights, whatever. Like we didn't see a lot of the really sweetness in this one. And that's not to say that like we didn't at all see the good parts of the relationship, but I feel like we didn't see very many of them. And then this one ends, and I did feel like John Ambrose just got left hanging. Like, the last scene that we see with... This is going to be spoiler. Spoiler, by the way. All of this is spoilers. I probably should put that at, like, the very beginning of the reading vlog, but, like, just, you know, heavy spoilers incoming. But the last scene with John Ambrose and Lara Jean is a kiss. And then we just don't see John Ambrose again. So I really felt like his story was just not wrapped up. It's like she decides, never mind, I want to stay with Peter. Like, I don't want to be with John Ambrose, I want to be with Peter. Which is fine, great. But we don't really, there's no, like, conclusion for John Ambrose. It's just like, oh, forget him. And that's why it was kind of weird to me that we skipped so far ahead in this one, because we still just had not really wrapped that up with John Ambrose. She never had, like, another conversation with him. He just kind of got forgotten. And we don't talk about him until, like, a ways into this book. Like, it might have been midway in before John Ambrose was even mentioned. And it's just kind of like, oh, yeah, he's fine. He has a girlfriend, like, whatever. And, like, he and Peter are still weird, and Peter's still kind of jealous of him. But, I don't know. I feel like there was not closure there. There also isn't a whole lot of closure for Josh either. Like, he also gets pushed away, and Genevieve gets pushed out. So, like, everything that mattered in the first book has kind of been pushed away. And now it really is just, like, Lara Jean and Peter. And we don't even get to see a lot of their relationship because this book is not about their relationship. It's about college and them figuring out what college they're going to and what that's going to look like and what the relationship is going to look like after high school. And it's about, again, spoilers, but it's about Lara Jean's dad getting remarried. So we see a lot of him and his future new wife. And there was just a lot of, like, Lara Jean and her siblings, Lara Jean and her dad, Lara Jean and her own things, and there wasn't a lot of Lara Jean and Peter. And most of what we got for Lara Jean and Peter was them fighting. So I don't know. This was not my favorite one. I raced through the first book, loved it, loved it. So much fun, just like a really fun, good time. The second book was very interesting because you had the choice between John Ambrose and Peter and like, okay, what's gonna happen? But I was kind of sad that we didn't see very much of Lara Jean and Peter together. And I felt the same way in this book where we just didn't see them together super often. And we skipped a whole entire year of their relationship. So instead of getting to see how that relationship grew and how they acted together, we were just immediately thrown into more turmoil with college. So I don't know. I didn't really love this one too much. I did still like read it pretty quickly today. I had like 120 pages left, maybe more like 130. And I read that all today and like had a good time, and it, you know, flew by, didn't seem to drag. But overall, this was not my favorite like conclusion to a trilogy. It just felt not disjointed, I guess, but I just felt like Peter and Lara Jean, if they're the focus of this trilogy, we didn't really see them very much. And I guess Lara Jean is the focus. So we obviously see her very much. It's all from her perspective. So I guess you just have to know that like Lara Jean is the focus. Peter is not the focus. He's not even part of the focus in the second two books. He's just kind of a part of her life, but he's not a huge part of the book, in my opinion. Like, I didn't really feel like it. Their relationship is kind of a big part of it, but he himself is not. We don't really see him. I do think it ended well, but man, we really just wrap it up in the last 10 pages. Like, we have all the turmoil and like the big climactic scene and everything, and then we have 10 pages to fix it and see what's actually gonna happen. So that was really, really quick. I haven't really decided if I want to keep these books long term because I don't really know that I'll read them again. I had so much fun with To All the Boys I've Loved Before that I would consider reading that one again. I don't think I would read these two again, necessarily. I just did not have as much fun reading them, and they're so young adult that I feel like if you're not gonna have fun reading them, what's the point? You're not really learning anything. The point is to just kind of, you know, have a good time, and really had a good time with this one, did not so much in these. Anyway, I hope that that was a useful review and a fun video, and I'm gonna wrap it up here. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.